Hi, Nigerian men. I am looking for a husband, someone that wants to come to the United States and spend his life with me. I own my own home. I have a really good job, and I want you to be able to come here and have a better life. If you're interested, hit me up. And also, I have Nash.
Get me out of Jamaica, because these niggas said they don't eat pussy and his lady don't respect him if he want him to eat pussy. Ziggy Marley, this why you paddling alone, because you're not eating pussy. You rather stay here to eat pussy. Well, then you don't want a green card. Eat some pussy, you get a green card. Eat some pussy, you're a millionaire. Eat some pussy. I can't. They done call security. They done call security because they don't eat no pussy. This day one.
Hello, my More brothers, back again, and I've been planning on doing this one for a while. Like the videos you just saw, the two videos you just saw were women actually talking about trading access to the United States to foreign men for love and possibly sex, right? The first one was an advertisement. Basically, I do believe it was on, I think it might have been on Facebook. I'm not quite sure, Twitter. And she was saying that she was looking for a Nigerian man, Nigerian husband, to come to the United States, to have a better life because she has a house, a car, a good job, and she has what they call Nash, basically a nice ass, okay? And she was saying that she's advertising, basically trading a green card, a life in America, for a relationship, for sex in a relationship, right? And the woman in Jamaica, even though she was clowning, she was serious, okay? She was just more direct about what they had to do to please the American woman so they can get a green card. Never saw them mention money. In other words, it's another way of tricking. If a black man did it to a Brazilian, to a Jamaican woman, to an African woman, he'd be accused of tricking, mail order bride, tricking. He'd be clowned for it. But black women have been doing this for decades. For decades. I know personally 10 women that have done this very thing. Married a foreigner and basically gave him a green card. Married her, gave her a baby, and stayed married for 2 or 3 years and then separated. And these normally women that could not get what they wanted in the United States. So they found slightly better guy, better looking guy, a guy that they wanted, and gave him access to America in trade for a relationship. Now, normally, that's how come they say if you bring a foreign wife back, she's going to leave you. Because this is them projecting, because this is what happens to them. They trade access to the United States. They trade access to a husband or to sex for a green card. They don't supply him with the money in a relationship because he's going to do that once he gets here, right? They trick a different way. So after 3 to 4 years, guess what he's going to do? He's going to leave. She's going to have what she wanted. She's going to have a different last name, an African last name. She's going to have a baby, and she's going to have a baby within wedlock, which is what she desires. And then once she gets that, then he can go. Fair trade, right? So they're looking at black men doing the same thing and said, you're just tricking. And if you go get a foreign wife instead of marrying us, the same thing is going to happen to you that happens to us, because they don't tell you that we've done this already, right? They don't tell you that that's what happens to us when we've traded a green card for a husband. So we've tricked with green cards, and we brought our husbands back to the States. And then we've stayed with them for 3 to 4 years, and then they've left, because that's normally what happens. So they project their experience onto us. As always, it's okay when black women do it and nobody says a word, even though it happens all the time. But when black men deign to do it and not pick them, not give them first choice, or even first, second, third, or fourth right of refusal, and all of a sudden they got something to say. And the thing is that the numbers are growing, because as the world starts to open up, black men are starting to make networks in these foreign countries where they didn't have them before. And black men are starting to travel. And black men are starting to network with the women down there. That's a no-no for black men. It's okay for black women. It's okay for them to trick. It's for them to bring back a husband. It's okay for them to bring back a green card. A green card holder. It's all right for them. It's not good for you. But you never hear them tell their side of the story about divorce, because it's always a man, especially a black man, brought a bride back and she bounced. When in reality, it's actually the other way. I would love to know the marital rates of black women and green card holders. I hear this complaint all the time. You have women with these non-standard ADOS last name. Where'd you get this name from? Well, I married a Mexican. I married a guy from the islands. I married a guy from Africa. Okay, well, where is he? Well, we were married for 3 years and then got divorced, and I had a baby. Now, it's 20 years later, they're still carrying this African last name because they got what they wanted. They've tricked and gotten what they wanted. But black men can't do the same thing. It's illegal and shameful for black men to do it, but they do it all the time and nobody says a word. In fact, most times they blame him. They blame the African for, oh my God, they took advantage of her. He just wanted a green card. He took advantage of her and he left. Oh my poor dear, it's not your fault. Bullshit. But take heart, brothers. Don't let these chicks shame you out of doing what you want. No, there's no 100% guarantee of anything. But immigrant divorce is only about 12%. Your risks are infinitely better marrying a immigrant female than it is marrying an ADOS female, black female. Infinitely better chances. The black divorce rate would be sky high if black women would actually get married, right? I think it's 86. The ever married rate of black females is like 86%, right? And they brag about this. It's 86%, right? But only 25% of them are still married. The divorce rate is so high, it's astronomical. So high, black women started to stop getting married. So you have a wedding and you have a dress, you spend all that money and she gets her day. And then right after that day, man, it's downhill from there. She doesn't need you anymore. Unless you're kissing her ass, unless you using your emotional intelligence to solve her ego and solve her frustrations, unless you're earning enough money, and unless you're blowing out her back. And then she may keep you. She may, unless she gets bored, unless you're not toxic enough to keep her interest. Who wants to go through that? Anyhow, that's all I got for this one. This is BGS out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.